Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of Yellowstone and beyond. If you thought 1923 ended with all its questions answered, think again. Because while the season may be over, the story definitely isn't. Especially when it comes to one very complex character, Elizabeth. Today, we're exploring a theory that's gaining serious traction: a possible Elizabeth spin-off series. Whether you love her or not, the idea of her journey continuing might just change everything we thought we knew about the Dutton family legacy. Oh yes, 1923 has wrapped up, but that doesn't mean we've said goodbye to all its characters. In fact, for some, the journey is just beginning. One of the biggest mysteries left unsolved: Elizabeth's fate. Love her or hate her, you can't deny she's one of the most talked about characters from the series. With so many unanswered questions, fans are asking, when are we getting season 3? And even more intriguingly, is Elizabeth about to lead a spin-off series of her own? In the emotional finale, Elizabeth walks away alone and pregnant after the sudden loss of Jack. It's a heart-wrenching moment, yet shockingly, no one in the show seems to acknowledge her grief. This led many fans to wonder, did she lose the baby? But thanks to actress Michelle Randolph, we now know the answer. Elizabeth is still pregnant. That one detail opens up a whole new chapter. Even if 1923 doesn't return in its original form, Elizabeth's story isn't over. In fact, it may have just begun. Michelle even shared in an interview that she had to create her own version of Elizabeth's future because the writers left things so open-ended. That's a classic Taylor Sheridan move. He leaves doors open for more. And honestly, we're not ready to say goodbye to Elizabeth either. Jack's death felt so sudden and unresolved. The finale of 1923 didn't feel like an ending for Elizabeth. It felt like the beginning of a new chapter. After tragically losing Jack, we saw her walk away heartbroken, pregnant, and completely overlooked by the Duttons. It was heartbreaking, and honestly shocking, to see how little sympathy she received from a family so tied to their bloodline. This left many viewers questioning, did she lose the baby? Why was she so easily dismissed? But recently, Michelle Randolph, who plays Elizabeth, confirmed that yes, Elizabeth is still pregnant in that final scene. That alone changes everything. It means her story is far from over. In fact, Michelle revealed in an interview that even she had to create her own version of Elizabeth's future in her mind, admitting that there was no real closure to her arc. She speculated Elizabeth might be heading back to Boston, but the truth is, no one knows where she's going. And in a Taylor Sheridan series, that usually means there's more to come. And let's be real, Jack's sudden death left us all stunned. There was barely a moment to grieve, and even Michelle said she had to reread the script because it all happened so fast. Giving Elizabeth more screen time would not only explore her grief, but it could also give fans the closure we desperately need. Perhaps through flashbacks or her struggle to move forward without him. Let's not forget, Elizabeth is carrying Jack's child. That means there's still a piece of their love story left to tell, a future that hasn't been written yet. And with the Dutton lineage being such a central part of the Yellowstone universe, that baby could be the missing link to the next generation. Some fans are even suggesting this spin-off could act as both a continuation of 1923 and a bridge to the upcoming series, 1944. That makes perfect sense. After all, John Dutton is 5th generation, so Spencer can't be his grandfather, meaning Elizabeth's child might just be the key to solving this family tree mystery. And guess what? Rumor has it that Paramount is considering a spin-off centered entirely around Elizabeth's journey, potentially set in Boston. It wouldn't just offer closure. It would deepen the Dutton universe in ways we've never seen before. Michelle herself even said, "I don't feel like I have a full sense of closure either." Taylor Sheridan is known for giving standout characters their own space to shine. He's already cast Michelle Randolph in other projects like Lawmen, Bass Reeves, so it's no surprise that she might be next in line for her own spotlight. So what do you think? Would you watch a show focused on Elizabeth and the future of the Dutton family through her eyes? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're as curious as I am about where this story could go, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more weekly updates, theories, and breakdowns from the Yellowstone universe. And hey, if you want to know more about what's coming next in 1944, check out the video on your screen right now. You won't want to miss it. If you're new here, make yourself at home. We talk all things Yellowstone, 1923, spin-offs, theories, and everything in between. And if you're already part of this amazing community, thank you for coming back. You're the reason we do this. Today's video dives into something many fans didn't see coming: the potential return of Elizabeth Dutton in a brand new series, and what this means for the future of the Dutton family tree. We'll also cover what's known, and what's still just speculation, about 1923 Season 3, and why this story might not be over yet. So yes, 1923 has officially wrapped, but does it really feel like closure? Not at all. In fact, for Elizabeth, it felt like her story had just begun. After losing Jack in the penultimate episode, Elizabeth was left to walk away alone, pregnant, heartbroken, and completely overlooked by the rest of the Duttons. It was one of the show's most gut-wrenching moments. Yet, no one seemed to grieve with her. It was almost like the show paused her storyline mid-sentence. Here's where things get even more interesting. In a recent interview, Michelle Randolph, who plays Elizabeth, revealed that Elizabeth is still pregnant in the final scene, confirming what fans have been speculating for months. That one detail changes everything. Michelle also mentioned she had to invent her own vision for Elizabeth's next chapter because the writers left it so open. That tells us one thing: this wasn't the end. In Taylor Sheridan's world, when a character's future is uncertain, it usually means they're being set up for more. There's a strong buzz going around that Sheridan is working on a spin-off series centered on Elizabeth. This new show would likely explore her life after leaving the ranch, possibly in Boston, raising Jack's child on her own, far from the Yellowstone. Imagine the emotional depth, the challenges, and the strength she'll need to carry the Dutton name forward. And here's the kicker: this child might be the missing link in the Dutton family tree. We know that John Dutton is 5th generation, and based on the timeline, Spencer doesn't quite fit as his grandfather. So what if Elizabeth's child is the one who brings the family line back to the ranch, continuing the Dutton legacy? That would make her story essential, not optional. There's still so much left untold. Jack's death happened so quickly we barely had time to process it. Michelle even said she had to reread the script multiple times because of how fast it unfolded. Giving Elizabeth a spin-off would allow for those powerful flashbacks, moments of healing, and maybe even a better farewell for Jack. Let's talk universe building for a second. Taylor Sheridan has proven he loves expanding the Yellowstone timeline with shows like 1883, 1923, and the upcoming 1944. But none of those fill the emotional gap left by Elizabeth's story. A new show about her could act as both 1923 Season 3 and the bridge between 1923 and 1944. It's exactly the kind of storytelling the franchise needs: emotional, historical, and deeply connected to the Dutton family roots. And with Michelle already starring in Sheridan's Lawmen, Bass Reeves, it's clear he sees something powerful in her. He's known for building spin-offs around the actors he trusts and believes in, and Elizabeth's story is the perfect vehicle. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Elizabeth deserves her own series? Do you believe her child could be the true heir to the Yellowstone Ranch? And are you ready to see more of this era in the Dutton timeline? Plus, Michelle is already part of Sheridan's inner circle, having also appeared in his other hit series, Lawman, Bass Reeves. He loves crafting spin-offs for actors he believes in. So, fingers crossed, Elizabeth's story might just be next in line. Now, there's been no official confirmation from Paramount Plus yet, but we know Taylor Sheridan's plate is full, finishing Yellowstone, prepping 6666, the untitled McConaughey spin-off, and 1944. But none of those projects pick up where Elizabeth's emotional story left off. That's why fans believe this new show will serve as both Season 3 of 1923 and a vital bridge between 1923 and 1944. It'll also help untangle the remaining mysteries in the Dutton family tree. So, what do you think? Are you excited about the possibility of an Elizabeth Dutton spin-off? Do you think her baby holds the key to the next generation of Duttons? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading what you all think. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more Yellowstone content, and ring that bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in. You're the best community out there. And if you're hungry for more, check out the next video on your screen. It just might be your next obsession. See you in the next one.